My involvement with the National MS Society goes back quite a few years. In fact, it goes back to my mom. My mother was an early member of the anti-MS movement when there wasn't even an MS Society, and she would gather people around in coffee klatches, and they'd all have each other because all they had in those days was hope. For my mother, fighting MS meant getting together with other people affected by the disease. It was about support and about knowing that you are not alone. How shocked and truly moved she would be if she could see this room tonight, to be able to attend the MS conference and expo that we have planned at Valley Forge every November, attracting, and get this, more than 2,000 MS attendees, the largest gathering for people with MS anywhere in the world. Now for a few words, a very dynamic man who's been with us for 19 years and is finishing up his first year as chapter president, John Scott. John?
By being here tonight, what you do is you allow us to provide services and programs for individuals on a daily basis. These wide variety of programs that help people in many ways. Help people such as workshops that bring people together to meet others, to hear about how to deal with the various symptoms, how to live with MS, and to share stories and share ideas with others. So I won't bore you with the list of all the programs and services, but it is important for you to know that this list is vast, this list is long, and it's expanding every day. It needs to make sure that we are addressing the challenges that people face every day with MS. However, I also want to make the point that people living with MS are already at the forefront of the anti-MS movement. They have the biggest stake in the vision of creating a world free of MS and eradicating this disease, and they're living that action every day. People like Christine Flannery, who's with us tonight, who displayed her artwork in the lobby as you came in. Christine didn't let the symptoms of MS stop her creative process in making sure that she could continue what she loved to do. People like Barbara Flacker, who's with us tonight with her son Shimon, who has MS. Barbara knew when her son was diagnosed that she needed to do something. She wanted to take action against MS, and that's exactly what she did. With her family, she started an MS walk team. She got involved in the Challenge Walk. Her company is involved with the Women Against MS initiative, and her entire family is raising awareness in her community and schools about what MS is and how everybody can be part of this movement. Like Christine Walker, who's with us tonight as well, too. Christine, a young professional, was diagnosed with MS with a very demanding career and faced the challenge of not knowing what the future might bring and answering very difficult questions about her employment and career options. Now she's very much involved in speaking to others, sharing her story, and even giving her professional help with her financial planning in how to plan for a life with a disease that is very costly. And then there's people like 12-year-old Sean Taylor, who's also with us tonight with his entire family. Sean is very much part of the movement. This is his second year riding in the MS 150 bike tour down to the shore later this month. And I want to read you a portion of the letter that I and hundreds of others received from Sean. My name is Sean Taylor. I'm 12 years old. I go to Rosa Middle School, and I have multiple sclerosis. Having MS means that sometimes I get off balance and dizzy. Sometimes I have to go to the hospital for IV medicine and MRIs, and I get a shot once a week to keep my flare-ups under control. But I'm riding my bike in the MS Bike Tour in September. The bike tour raises lots of money to help research into finding a cure. Last year our goal was to raise $1,000, but we raised $8,000. And I talked to Sean tonight, and he's already raised almost $8,000 again. So to Sean, to Christine, to Barbara, to Shimon, to all of the others, each of you who have gotten involved, I want to thank you for being part of the MS movement and creating a world free of MS in our future.
So what else can you say? You can say Rhonda. David's wife, stand up for about. Sterling professional in her own right. David said to me, and a community leader, David said to me a few weeks ago, we chatted, he said, you know, I chose well. And I chose the perfect woman. We have beautiful children. I chose an adopted city. I met Ed Rendell and helped him. Great public life. And then I got involved with an amazing company. And I chose well. We are the beneficiary of that. And I can only say several things about David Cohen from a personal perspective. He's a man who has excellence parried with compassion. He has leadership without arrogance. He has a sense of compassion and compromise without capitulation. He's a man of love, not hate, of understanding, not division. And that's why, in behalf of the Board of Directors, trustees of the Greater Delaware Valley Chapter, and the thousands of area residents with MS who will be directly impacted by his presence tonight and his honor in allowing us to honor him, we present David Cohen with the MS Hope Award. David, would you come forward, please?
First, I want to thank my family, represented by my wife, Rhonda, who's been recognized. This August, we celebrated our 30th wedding anniversary, which is a little stunning, I think, to both of us, and everyone who knows both of us sort of can't figure out how Rhonda's put up with me for 30 years. And she has the perfect answer, which is that with the amount of time that I spend at home, it's like we're still on our honeymoon. I need to single out one special friend and colleague, without whom I know I wouldn't be here tonight, without whom most of the MS honorees would not be here tonight, and without whom I feel confident in saying most of you would not be here tonight either. And that is our friend Larry King. For more than 50 years, the National Multiple Sclerosis Society has been making a mark against MS. And for 35 of those years, Larry King has been making his mark at events like this. No one has been more giving of his time. No one has been more responsible for the building of this chapter. And I personally remember a half a dozen occasions where Larry has talked so movingly about this disease and has moved me, and my bet is many of you, to be engaged and to be involved in this incredible battle. We in the media business know Larry is a great journalist, but in the MS community, Larry is known as a great man. And so I can't let this night go any further without thanking Larry and singling him out for constantly furthering the cause of excellence in journalism and for everything he's done to fight this disease and to leverage his passion and pass it on to all of us to help us one day be in a world where we are free of MS. So thank you very much, Larry.